Hello everyone, welcome to episode 27 of Passion Project, the speedrunning gaming variety show that encourages anyone and everyone in the speedrunning competitive gaming communities to showcase their passions in games. My name is Amber Cypher and I will be your host tonight, and if you've got a passion and project of your own, go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix and you can submit it to the show, whether that's grinding speedruns, learning and routing new categories, racing through randomizers and bingos, or competing at high level and breathing new life into a game in unconventional ways. Passion Project is the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. Before we get started with the runs that we have planned for tonight, I do have a couple of things I want to mention. First and foremost, that GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, does return August 18th through the 25th. Use !FF in Twitch chat to check out the schedule and let us know what you're looking forward to the most. And speaking of events, GDQ is going to PAX West also in August from the 30th to September 2nd, and the schedule is now out, so use !PAX, P-A-X, in Twitch chat for more info and let us know what you're excited to see. So, tonight on Passion Project, we are taking another look at more inspired indie games, and we're putting a spotlight on indie games out there that were inspired by other games and media, and we're kicking things off with RocketBowl being run by Must Include 3 to 25, then following things up with Demon Turf by I'm Broke, and finishing the night off with the Fancy Pants Adventure run by Witherman. I'm currently with Must Include now, and I wanted to say thank you so much for being here tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Hope you're doing good as well.
I'm doing great. I'm excited to have you here. It's really cool to see a game on both PC and 360 from 2004. And the way this was pitched to me was like, it's a mix of bowling meets mini golf. So that's what it's inspired by, and I'm really excited to see how this runs.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like a mini golf bowling pretty much. You also have you have rocket boosters basically attached to your bowling ball and all kinds of stuff. We'll see all that in the run. Timing is going to start as soon as I press free play here in 3, 2, 1. Good old loading screen.
Good luck and have fun.
Thank you. So yeah, the main thing with this game definitely is to try and get as many strikes as possible. Just try and get through the games as quick as possible, because this is all courses where you do all of the courses as quick as possible. Ah, crap. Something you'll notice, the pins, they really like to fly anywhere they can. You can get some absolutely ridiculous strikes depending on how the pins feel like being.
Yeah, it looks like they have a funny ragdoll physics almost.
Yeah, and the funniest part, that's only really a thing on the PC version. On the Xbox Live Arcade version of this game, the pins are a lot more heavy and they have like a lot more pin-like physics, I'd say. On this version, they're made of like cardboard or something. I don't know.
Someone made them out of milk cartons.
Yeah. Something like that. Speaking...
So it looks like the rocket booster lets you redirect the bowling ball if it's going to miss it.
Yeah, right? That's the main point of the rocket function. Back in the strike. There was also... I don't really use it because I'm doing on a full file per se, so I have the 8 ball. This is like the best ball to have for the game, because you have 10 rocket boosters on PC and you have 15 on 360. So I don't really use the curve function, but like with a lower tier ball I would.
Right. It's cool that there's different stats behind the balls too. Like, that's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, and like this ball also has like a ridiculous amount of curve onto it as well. Like some of the lower balls, like they can't curve as much as this one can. Could be a strike. No.
Oh, it's that one defiant pin right in the middle.
And then I misclicked. So here's a good example to see if I can find some. Because another thing is too, you don't have to actually. Oh yeah, there's no pins over here. This game has a function called wild shots, where if you, like what I did, miss the pins, you can go around to another like set and hit those pins for a different frame early.
Ooh, that's pretty neat.
Also, another difference too, I don't know how I didn't bring this up sooner. Every throw, you get 3 throws instead of a standard 2 for like a normal bowling game.
One pin. It's always just the one.
Yep. Also, while I'm at it, the Xbox Live Arcade version of this game is unfortunately not Xbox One backwards compatible. So, in like 3 days or whatever, whenever the Xbox store closes, this game will no longer be available for legal purchase on anything. So if this game even looks slightly interesting, the game is $5 on Xbox Live Arcade. It is a lot different than the PC version that I'm playing now. It's still a very fun version of the game. I would highly recommend at least trying it out. There's a free demo. You can try out the first like alley. I would highly appreciate it.
Yeah, and there's also... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say I highly appreciate it if you try the game out. What were we going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say there's also, you had just gotten a speedrun.com leaderboard, which I'll go ahead and link in chat, for the game pretty recently.
Yes.
And it supports both the 360 and PC versions on different tabs, because they do have some differences. But it's definitely worth checking out, especially considering it's about to be lost media, basically, on 360.
Yeah, there are quite a few differences, I'd say. Some of the big ones, you can, on the 360 version, you can turn mid-throw. You can't on this version, you have to use a rocket booster. Some other ones.
Split.
Yeah. That's called a sweep. I did 3 throws to knock all 10 pins down. I call that a sweep on the 360 version. So I'll just call it that, I suppose.
There's a lot of folks out there in the speedrunning community, or maybe even folks who are trying to get into the speedrunning community, who like looking at games that have like brand new leaderboards or have unexplored routing. RocketBowl's gonna definitely be one of those, because it just got its board and has speedrun potential with both versions of the game. So definitely like looking for community members, basically check it out.
Oh yeah, definitely. This game is incredibly unoptimized, just as you said, how new the board is.
Yeah, like I know you wanted to get it aboard because you're like, this has speedrun potential. I like it a lot. And that's kind of like what we like showcasing on Passion Project as well. It's just like things that's like, hey, I really like this game, and, I want to showcase it to a bunch of people who maybe have never seen it before. And that's exactly what we're doing here. This is some core memories unlocked right here, is what a tea tree in chat says.
I'm glad I could unlock some memories. I love this game.
I didn't grow up with a 360, but I have one. I bought one like as an adult now, and I did make sure I got like any purchases I wanted to out of the way, because it was only a matter of time before they were gonna take out the 360 marketplace.
Yeah, it's really sad that they're closing it out. All right.
I do like that the game has, like, instead of just having a plain loading screen with nothing on it, it does give you tips about, like, wild shots and other things.
Yeah.
Just as its way of, like, helping you learn how to play the game, or take advantage of shots where you miss the main frame you're after.
Yeah, definitely. This game's whole like aesthetic, I just love it so much.
Oh yeah. They go on to say in chat, this was the same era as the earliest PopCap games, and I remember grabbing stuff like this in the original Bookworm on my family computer. And yeah, actually, this gives big early PopCap vibes, big time.
Yeah, PopCap, they redistributed this game after like the original launch of it. There's like a ton of different versions of this game on PC that I found like on archive.org and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because I believe this game is considered abandonware these days.
PC version, definitely yes, I'd say so.
Yeah. Like, obviously, it's still officially distributed on 360 for the next, 72 hours or so.
Yeah.
So it won't be lost media until then, but I'm glad that there's still, like, it's still floating around for right now. And I'm really glad to be able to give this game a showing to people who have maybe never seen it or maybe haven't seen it for years and, still have their 360. It's like, maybe dust it off if you don't own this game, or you got a new 360 and for some reason, no, the purchase would be tied to your account, I'd hope. Question mark. Surely early consoles with online marketplaces weren't that bad where it's tied to console.
I'm pretty sure it's tied to account, because the easiest way that I personally had buying the game was to go onto the Microsoft website itself, because buying stuff on the 360 itself, I don't know if like they like lowered the servers or something, but I had a bit of a tough time getting it myself.
Yeah. Like, I imagine there's a bunch of people right now like going like doing purchases and probably weighing down the servers, and the servers have aged at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
This game reminds me of Real Arcade. I'm gonna have to Google what Real Arcade is because I've never heard of it.
That's a first for me as well.
If I can spell Real Arcade, oh my goodness. Real Arcade Games Preservation Project. Oh, it was a gaming service.
Oh, that's cool.
RocketBowl.
It was the predecessor. Real Arcade was the predecessor of what became Game House.
Oh.
And Game House was founded in 1998 and distributes casual games for PC and Mac computers. So it was founded 26 years ago. Real Arcade has... Oh, it merged with Game House. Okay.
I could definitely see this game giving like those kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Oh man, not the split. Wait. Oh. Oh, there we go. Now I can do it in 2 throws instead of 3.
And just for clarification, yeah, Xbox 360 purchases are tied both to your console and your account, and only one of the two is needed to play a game. So, like, you can play a game offline if it's the console you purchased it on. Otherwise, you need to be logged into the purchasing account to be able to play it on a different console. And thank you, chat, for clarifying that.
People in chat know more than I do.
I mean, the 360 and, like, the Xbox series of consoles in general is not where my gaming was. Most of my gaming was actually either Sony-based on console, like, once, like, the 360 PS3 era started, or I was over on GameCube and Wii for a very long time, so I was very much like a Nintendo and Sony player, and mostly still am as well, and I lived off of handhelds in high school.
I was very Wii-pilled when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. Like, it took me a long time to adopt the Wii, because I was still pretty happy with my GameCube. And I had, like, things like the PSP and the DS and stuff that had excellent libraries as well. But I do enjoy, some good Wii games. To be fair, chat, I got my 360 2 or 3 years ago, literally for Sonic 06.
Sonic 06, my beloved.
So, it's like I got it literally for 06 and nothing else. So, 06 Free Riders, which I have not played, and the 360 version of Unleashed, because I had the PS3 version as well, and oh my god. And then, of course, you know, Unleashed ended up with backwards compatibility on Series X and S.
Sure.
So similar to the I got this to play Tales of Vesperia, but now it's on other consoles. That's mostly relatable, honestly. Oh, and Jet Set Radio Future, that's another that's a original Xbox locked game, but it's backwards compatible on 360.
I've only played the Dreamcast original for Jet Set.
Yeah, like, I'll admit, like, I have not really played much of my 360 since I got it, because I got it for so few games, but it's always one of those cases of, like, I really wanted to hang on to, like, certain games that I knew I wanted to play at some point, and I will hit that point where it's like, all right, time to fire up the 360. I'm out of things to play on PC that interests me right now, which I have a backlog that will probably outlive me. But, you know. Yeah, also regarding chat's comment on, like, there's actually a lot of Sonic Xbox exclusive bangers, bangers in quotations. The DLC for Sonic 06, if you want to play the 360 version of 06, maybe as a speedrun game, or maybe because you like 06, and that's okay. I like things about 06. The DLC will not be available in 3 days, similar to this game.
Oh yeah, true. Because 06 isn't backwards compatible, is it?
No, and I imagine they will never make it backwards compatible.
I would not blame them.
Like, I imagine they would probably remake the game before they would give the original backwards compatibility.
I don't even really know if they'd remake the game, because at this point with Project 06, I think 06 is kind of done for.
I mean, it's possible. Project 06 is excellent, but it's still very much 06 coded. So it has its own quirks as well, but it's very, very good. Definitely recommend checking it out. It was run at SGDQ, this past SGDQ by Stelmo98. And that run was excellent.
Yeah, it was a really good run.
Oh yeah. Like, if anyone's missed out on any of our Hotfix shows or our past events, because there's entire Sonic-themed events here on Hotfix that myself and Hypnotics, the previous host of Going Places, we organize those as well. So if you ever want to check out those, you can check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick.
Set myself up kind of badly here.
Ooh.
Damn.
I feel like, is there a way to save this? Save this, like, weird split? Oh no.
You'd have to get a crazy bounce to save that.
Yeah, after that. Oh.
Oh, jeez. Going the slow route. I don't know if it's gonna make it to the platform.
Oh, how these holes, if you will, or these alleys have gotten like more and more complex in like showing different set pieces. Come on, ball, you can do it. Come on, just make it to the slope. All right, we're kind of making it.
Good night.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah, hitting that edge, that not the greatest.
yeah.
Just rough chat.
Yeah, we were. That ball decided, nah, this ain't games done quick anymore. This is slow games done quick. It's like, I will take my time, dang it. To be fair, like, you could probably have, like, a score attack of this game
Oh yeah, for sure.
pretty easily, and, like, at that point, take as much time as you want, ball. Just make sure you hit all the pins. We want strikes, like that.
Nah, this time. Ah.
Atom bars. Now, more sugar. That's a very almost Fallout style, like, advert.
Yeah, this game, I don't know too much about Fallout, so
I don't know too
bear
much
in
about it
mind.
either. I just know that it's like very old-timey, almost like 70s, 80s kind of advertisements.
yeah, this game is placed in the 1950s. This is like during, they call it, I think, the Kalamazoo World Fair, and if I remember correctly, off the box. So it has like, it's like a 50s futuristic aesthetic. That's what they're aiming for with this. I think they nail it personally. With the advertisements on the frames and all that.
Couple of good strikes right there too.
Yeah, this game's off to a pretty good start so far.
I mean, if folks are asking how you speedrun this game, the short answer is you want to get strikes. If you don't get strikes, you're spending more time using your, other two balls for the frame. And like the better your aim, the better use of the rocket propulsion means that you can actually speedrun this game. There is tech, there's good like skill ceiling of like lining up your shots and aiming your ball well and making sure you're also using a ball that has like the right kind of curve and stats that you want.
Yeah, definitely. For like new game, like the file that I'm running on, you absolutely want, at least, you don't need the 8-ball, but a ball like on the higher end of things, definitely.
That was closer to a strike than I thought it was going to be, considering you had to propel yourself out of the water.
Yeah. Usually the water is a death sentence, but like if you're on like the very edge, you can sometimes get out of it. Having 10 rockets helps with that, definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Nice strike there.
Thank you. Surely one of those pins will knock it down. Or not.
Oh. Chat, would you live in the RocketBowl condos that have sponsored this frame?
I personally would.
Is this an old game? It's from 2004. You can see the release year at the top, right under the game name. But this is a old PC and 360 arcade indie title that was that will be no longer available for purchase on 360 in about 3 days.
Yep.
And oh my god, as soon as I was like, yeah, it's from 2004, as soon as I said that out loud, the realization that was 20 years ago has sunk in. Oh no.
Yeah, don't want to make anybody feel old, but I'm 18 and this game is a year older than me. So
Oh my god. I am 31 and I remember this game. I don't remember this game at all, but I remember games that came out around it. Like, I think Sonic Heroes came out in 2003.
Yep. That's another game I love a lot. Good old Sonic Heroes.
That's a good speed game too.
RocketBowl.
You didn't have to say. All right, we have unlocked the feeling old chat moment.
I apologize for making everybody feel old.
Bones are crumbling to dust. My producer just messaged me, this runner is 18 and born in 2006. I cannot do this.
Actually, 05. Thank you very much.
Oh, oh my god.
Late 05. I'm very lucky.
I remember Gauntlet Dark Legacy. I remember playing it with my mom on PS2. I remember being terrible at Gauntlet Dark Legacy because I was young enough to know how to play the game, but not young enough to understand the mechanics. Or too young to understand the mechanics.
Joking.
Old enough to be able to understand how to play the game. I cannot words, but TLDR is... I wasn't good at that game.
Kind of funny too for the games like that where like you're so young that like you know what to do but you're just bad at it. When you get older, the game like feels like super easy because of it too.
Exactly. Like I feel like that's what happened with a lot of retro games for folks, where they're like, wow, that was really difficult, and then they come back to it as an adult. And you know, most NES games notwithstanding, mind you, because those games are still very difficult.
Oh yeah, some NES games. Oof.
Like they're like, I grew up with the NES and Sega Genesis, and I will openly say that there are games that I played as a kid that were hard, that I play as an adult now, and I'm like, yeah, no, I think I'm good. I think I don't need to play this game anymore. It is still very hard. You can't do this to me. You know, the wild part, we're still going to be here watching and participating in runs in 10 more years when we're in our mid-40s. Imagine how your joints will feel then.
This frame in particular, I really don't like this frame.
Oh, this one looks brutal.
Yeah, you have to like launch it over a wall. It's just... That ping gonna knock that one down? Thank God. Oh, that was a strike? Okay,
Nice.
I didn't even see the other pin get knocked down. Yeah, that's one of the funny things with this game's physics. Strikes like those can happen.
Some of the layouts, like, very, very vaguely remind me of bits and pieces of Super Monkey Ball. Like, this is almost... You could almost call this a marble roller.
I can see that.
Because you have some amount of control over the ball.
Yeah, I could definitely see it giving like Super Monkey Ball vibes a bit. Especially the 360 version where you can control the ball with the analog stick and all that.
Yeah. Nice.
Shocked my scores are still this high. These later courses are typically pretty tough.
Yeah, there's absolutely like replaying like games on old consoles or in collections that feature like rewind features. Like they know what they're doing when they give us save states and rewind features on compilations or on like the Nintendo Switch Online stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they know, like, A, the games need to respect our time, and B, the games were hard when they were released, because the video game rental, like, phenomenon, like, Blockbuster, which may have just made some people crumble to dust when I said that out loud, Blockbuster causing, and other video rental stores causing developers to want to make people rent their game more often because they couldn't beat it. So they made it very, very difficult to beat it a lot of the time, because otherwise you rent the game out for a day and, like, you know, sit down, beat it in one day, return it, get a different game.
Yeah. That's why games have like live functions and stuff back then too, and all that. Make the game harder.
I remember a Hollywood video being in when I still lived in Boston. I remember seeing a Hollywood video in Cambridge and a Blockbuster in Cambridge. They're not there anymore, but I just remember that when I lived in Boston. Yes, Blockbuster was magical. And I imagine, like, when you first for folks who got their 360 and PS3, like, shortly after launch, and they had the online storefronts where you could buy games like this, I imagine that felt, like, really magical. It's like, yo, you mean I can buy video games and not have to leave the house?
I don't know if I can say that. No. Okay.
Aw.
I tried to save it. Surely that thing will knock it down.
Okay, there we go. Come on. Aw. I hate it when the pin, like, just wobbles a little bit, like it's thinking about toppling over, and then it's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, it just has to play me for a fool, make me think it's gonna knock over, and then it just doesn't.
Yeah, they had the Sega Genesis online service. They also had, in Japan, they had the SNES Satellaview. Yeah, and there was Gamefly. Gamefly's still around, if I'm not mistaken. And I think at one point Netflix and Redbox offered video games. Maybe Redbox still offers.
I don't think Redbox do, because like I go to like Dollar General every now and then. When I go there, I look at the Redbox. It's all movies now.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I worked in retail, like, we had a Redbox, and I remember when they started offering video games, and I'd considered like doing that. Oh my goodness. What do you mean Gamefly was founded in 2002?
Gamefly's that old? Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember Gamefly getting big, like, whenever I was younger, like 10s-ish. I always remember seeing ads for it.
Yeah. I remember that too. Yeah, and the Dreamcast, folks are bringing up the Dreamcast, which was like one of the first like online consoles with Phantasy Star Online. One of the first, among the first console MMOs. I did not play Phantasy Star Online when the servers were still up, and I got into that series with Phantasy Star Universe on PS2 when the PS2 servers had already shut down. So I only knew the single-player campaign, but I would love to see Phantasy Star Universe come back in a official capacity and not just a private server, because that would be really cool to get to experience that piece of childhood I never got to experience. Like, I know that there are private servers for, like, Phantasy Star Online and Universe, but it'd just be neat to see it, like, supported. I've played PSO2 as well, like, pretty extensively, too.
Yeah. It's unfortunate how the Dreamcast was just, like, too ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I love the Dreamcast so much.
Like, if the Dreamcast had waited just a little bit, it would have probably been, like, as successful as the Xbox, like, original Xbox and 360 were.
Also, not having to compete with the PS2 would have been huge for it.
Oh, absolutely. But, we're on the last stage. Are we on the last set of stages at this point?
We're on course 9. There's one more course after this.
Gotcha. How you been feeling about the run so far? Because I know some splits have been giving you a lot of trouble.
Overall, I feel pretty good about it, I'd say. Especially for this being my first ever, like, actual, like, GDQ appearance, like, at all in any form. I'll definitely take it, the run how it's going so far. Like, this could have been going a lot worse, that's for sure.
Yeah, like, this has been a really chill, like, let's talk old games and old consoles moment, because like that's what this game invokes, I feel like, especially between the adverts and the and just the general graphics of this game. It's very, it is very 2004.
Yeah, you can definitely tell this is an old PC game, that's for sure.
But it's like there's something comforting about it, you know?
Yeah. It's like an old lighting system, like funky looking collision and all that.
Oh yeah.
It's nice to like
and the
go back to that.
ragdoll physics.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Finally. The wobbling pin that actually decided to knock down.
The pins are either your best friends or your worst enemy. There's no in between.
Oh, absolutely. That's the impression I've gotten from here, from watching this run. I like this a lot. Come on, come on.
Let's
yes.
go. Yeah. So this is the last course. I'm just gonna say this now. Timing will end right as soon as like that little score pop-up comes up after frame 10. So yeah, just putting that out there.
Okay.
Just for good old timekeeper.
What do you mean Space Cadet Pinball Game was a demo? Sorry, chat. You can still play Space Cadet Pinball. I actually recently played it on my Steam Deck, but you can still find copies of that floating around. And I remember playing that a lot on, like, I had a family computer that couldn't connect online, but my teachers used to give me old, like, installation discs for games, and I just remember playing a lot of, like, edutainment games growing up on the PC. I was still mostly a console player, but, like, computer gaming was very limited to me, so, like, Space Cadet Pinball and which I was terrible at because I didn't understand how pinball worked.
Let's go, got that spare.
Nice. Hey, Dad, let's go rocket bowling. It's just a kid in an astronaut suit.
Boy, I sure wish that we could be rocket bowling.
Rocket bowl vacations.
So much love was put into this game.
Oh, yeah. I genuinely, like... I can definitely see, like, people being like, oh my goodness, I want to get this, on the family computer, and just, I could see, like, the whole family kind of, like, competing for the best score or something.
Yeah.
Assuming, like, you had that kind of family dynamic with the, family computer. And it wasn't just, as someone had said in, chat, wrecking the family computer with LimeWire.
Something that kind of ties into that too. The multiplayer mode on 360 it's an interesting one, I'd say, because like it puts on like a competing mindset almost. Because the main point of the mode is you have to try to knock down the most amount of pins. So it's not like just going for like score. Like let's say like frame 1, player 1 goes, and then player 2 does frame 1 and all that. It acts like a solo mode, but different players do different shots to try and get the most amount of pins. I hope I explained that half decently.
No, you did. Also, I've realized we're on frame 10.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
Like, when you're having a good time, it's just so...
Yeah, this course flew by.
It can be so easy to just kind of, like, have things like this fly
That's
by.
time
There
right
we
there.
go.
Yep.
GG. That looks like that was about 37 minutes, somewhere in there. can give you a final time in a minute. But do you have any shout outs you'd like to make or anything you'd like to say as we've wrapped up the run?
For one, thank you, Witherman, for shouting me out to put me on here. Definitely. Also, just overall, he's helped me set up the game with the board. He has a lot more experience doing that than I do. It's cute.
Yeah, Witherman's good people.
Definitely. Huge shout outs to him, definitely. Thank you for the GGs, everybody in chat, by the way.
And that was a 37-15 by the looks of it. So
nice.
And it looks like you almost broke 200 according to the summary. But seriously, thank you so much for making us take a trip down memory lane. And honestly, the timing for this run being 3 days before the 360 closure marketplace for the closure for the marketplace, it couldn't have been more like well timed. So thank you for running this game and especially being here on short notice. It's been really fun just kind of hanging out, chatting with both you in chat. And do you have any last minute shout outs or anything?
Nothing I can really think of.
All right. Well, folks, buy this game if you haven't on 360 and you have a 360 because your time's running out because this game's cool.
Only $5 on 360. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight. And we're going to be taking a quick break before we get into our next run. I'm going to make chat feel old again. This next run is Demon Turf, and this game is inspired by some Sonic stuff, but primarily the 1998 fan game that is still in active development today, Sonic Roboblast 2. So if you've seen Roboblast 2, but you've never seen Demon Turf and you want more of that kind of visual aesthetic, stick around because I'm Broke is going to be here running that game in just a few minutes. But for now, get up, take care of yourselves, get a drink, get a snack, and we'll see you in about 5. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 27, I Can Count, of Passion Project, the speedrunning gaming variety show that encourages everyone in the speedrunning gaming competitive gaming communities to showcase their passions in games. We are going to our next run, which, like I had said before the break, draws inspiration from the Sonic series as a platformer, but also its visual aesthetic is very inspired by Sonic Roboblast 2, which is a game that a lot of people know about and is honestly really awesome. And this game is too. So it's actually become a full-fledged franchise on its own. So I'm very, very excited to showcase this. I'm Broke and his commentators. So feel free to take it away and introduce yourselves.
Hello, Hotfix. We're playing ukulele. No, we're not. Hello, my name's Broke. This is Demon Turf. This game came out in 2021. I started running it in July of 2022, so I've been running it for just over 2 years. Yuka and Laylee are here because this game was developed by a three dev team called Fabraz and published by Platonic via Platonic Friends. Where am I going? Over here. This game is basically just like a cross-section of every single Mario game that the creators ever liked. And I've, sad to say, I've been kind of the only person running the any percent category for this game for a while. And I hope this changes. I hope this changes that. But first, what we have here, this is the Hall of Champions. I think it's called that. This game had like a demo called Demon Turf Trials, which was composed of a bunch of trial levels, which are in the game. And everybody they would have a new one each week, and everybody who had the best time for each level got a picture on this wall, including my 2 commentators. Danny?
Hello, I'm Danny, also known as Sown Chaos, and that's my picture. I won the second trial, so the second week of the demo's release. That's my little stylized photo, and I've been playing the game since this demo released, I believe, back in November of 2020, and been a big part of the community. Have done many any percent runs for it, not in a good little bit, but it's a fun game nonetheless.
And over here we have Cherry. They changed names.
Hi. Hello, Hotfix. Yeah, I'm Cherry or Nitro, as you can see here. Just like Danny and Broke, I've done some speedrunning of this game. I've been part of this game's community since demo release, and yeah, we all of us three, we all pushed this any percent category with Broke being the front runner for quite a while now. Super happy to be here, and yeah, let's have some fun.
This contest was before my time, so I'm not on this wall. So I just have to settle for the speedrun.com page. Speaking of, without further ado, I'm going to select manual camera mode because auto is not very good. And we will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck and have fun.
First thing I'm going to do, going to bounce on that hedge, skips a conversation. You two, let's go.
Alrighty, so just a little story primer here, since we'll be skipping every cutscene in the game.
With the convenient included cutscene skip button in the settings.
Yes, this game was very optimized for speedrunning. We have, as you can see, a little timer at the bottom that will show off the current in-game time, which we use for the leaderboards. And there's cutscene skip options that any cutscene that would happen would just instantly skip and we can get back to playing. But a little story primer. We're challenged by the Demon King in our dream one day, so that's kind of what's happening now. We're playing through our dream. And we're going to go take on the 4 turfs that he rules and take them down one by one and then challenge him at the end. So a pretty simple story, but a lot of fun characters that will kind of be meeting and beating up throughout the run. And with that, that's the end of the first level.
Less than a minute. You're going to notice very quickly that levels are structured very loose. If you can get to the end gate of any level, the game's not going to make you go find like some invisible triggers that you need to hit first. The game is content. I wasn't supposed to do that yet. Sorry. Underbelly. But that's an important thing. That's a side quest, which is why we're taking all these photos. This is some... guys, please.
Yes,
Yeah.
The game moves by very quick, so it's kind of hard to explain everything. We're taking photos that will get us some more collectibles later on, and then that one building we entered at the bottom is the revolutionaries. They're kind of what allows us to menu between levels. So the main collectible you'll see us grabbing here are cakes, and that actually lets us buy a level. So this game is very kind of... you can make it as easy or hard as you want. So the devs have implemented ways to, if you just have enough cakes and you're having a difficulty with a level, you can just skip it completely and come back to it later to reclaim your cakes.
Yeah, so these earlier levels are quite short. Just collecting a few cakes, since they're so short. And as you can see, Broke's just climbing a weird wall here, instead of really walking through this level. There isn't really much decorative stuff here. Everything you can stand on, everything you can jump on, and we're really, really making use of that.
Yes, absolutely. So you'll see Broke's kind of menuing here. So that's what I was talking about earlier. We just bought the battery to this level, but now we're going to go back in to reclaim our cakes so then we can skip more levels later on. And then right there, any any loading zones in this game do not count towards the in-game time. So a lot of the time you'll kind of see us go grab a cake that's really near the start of the level and then just reset it so we can get back towards the start and not lose any time kind of backtracking. So it's very Mario inspired, kind of Mario 64, and kind of our movement. You're seeing our little spin into jump that's called the super jump, and it really is just our main current form of movement. We'll be unlocking more as we get further into the game.
Yeah, and what you just saw now was the combat part of this game. There isn't too much these days. This game does have some combat. Beeps can punch her way and spin her way through some nice, short, sweet enemy fight sections. Unlocking stuff, pushing forward.
Yes, so we'll see here the normal route for this level is you kind of go into this this tower base and climb it, but we're gonna use a little mechanic of the game, since it's, a platformer and the geometry is very kind of smooth at times, the main character, Beebs is her name, she'll get stuck. So what we did there was, if you're in place for too long, the game will kind of bounce you out. So that's a way to prevent you from getting soft locked. But there, we use it to actually climb the tower. And then we're going to grab another photo right there. And it's just a lot of fun movement. I would say there are a lot of kind of mandatory fights through a normal playthrough of the game, but we do just skip a lot of them by just having a clear understanding of the movement and just using a lot of the level geometry, which you'll really get to see in this level as well.
Speaking of the movement, something that we're going to be seeing a lot in this level and throughout the rest of the game is something called spin tapping. So this spin that we have, the way you're supposed to use it is you press the button and hold it. It freezes your falling speed, but then you lose a lot of lateral momentum very quickly. But you can just tap the button lightly over and over again, and you lose more height, but you gain a lot more distance, and we can use that to make jumps that we're really not supposed to. We're going to place our first checkpoint. One of this game's gimmicks is that you have 3 manual checkpoints that you can place throughout all of the main platforming stages. There are no auto checkpoints, so in a speedrun setting, like if I was streaming this game, I would put down no checkpoints and, die and lose 50 seconds and then just reset. But very helpful in a no reset setting, so because I can go for basically anything I want and I won't have to restart. Hang on.
There we go. And you also see us doing a lot of side flips. That's a great way for us to kind of get a lot of horizontal movement.
Yeah, it's just weirdly strong. You can do it out of the turnaround skid very late and just jump massive distance. It's a little peculiar, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and kind of
you can
here we'll
slightly
see
delay it, and it's a very versatile move for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is Flower Fields. The main gimmick kind of this level is we're supposed to do a bunch of
Who cares?
And go around. Yep. So we're gonna go to this flower. And the devs thought some of this stuff would be possible. So you see here, there's some trampolines. But I think they were expecting it to be more once you get to the end of the level, kind of exploring down to see what you could find. But we just get to it easily on our own.
That's the wrong way.
Folks are loving the style of this, by the way.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love the style of this game. I bought the game because of how it looked.
Yes, I believe Beebs has a crazy amount of single kind of shots of her in all directions. I believe it's over 1,000 different just single images that they all put together to kind of make her moveset, and it's really fluid. At times, totally. She can feel like an absolutely a 3D model, even though she's drawn in 2D.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that was the seventh world I just skipped. When you get all 7 batteries, they're the stars of this game, you get to go fight the boss, but I'll have to go back and do that level once I'm done with the boss. Each boss fight, at the start of it, you unlock a new... Oh, okay, you unlock a new ability. This is the hook shot. We use this basically how it's intended, for just grabbing enemies and using these predefined grapple points. I'm gonna hop over here. Well, would you look at this? This is Fredo in the first phase. I wasn't supposed to jump. Okay.
Very nice recovery there.
You're supposed to wait for him to punch the arena to grab these buckles, but we can just side flip to get them early. I can even just single jump to get that one.
As you kind of notice, Beebs will get pushed around a lot, and she pushes enemies. So we don't really have health bars in this game. It's more of doing little objectives like pulling off their arm bracelets, or their a lot of instant kill projectiles. So anything that's kind of covered in a bright neon red will just kill you. So it's very good to avoid them. Kind of like these enemies that are spawning down here that we're avoiding. We're doing a bit of a sequence.
Yeah, if it
break
wasn't
here
obvious,
skip.
we're not supposed to do this. We're supposed to, survive on platforms until the boss comes over to get us. But I was a little early. It's fine. Get out of here. Go away. They spawn those when you skip to the other platforms early.
So now the boss is charging their spirit bomb to try and defeat us, but we're just gonna go use our grappling hook and send it down right on top of them.
Yeah, that's Fredo.
Yes, so very clean.
World 1 boss done, but we still have one more type ravine.
Yes.
Yes. So
So-
very
The hookshot ability we just unlocked is like each turf or each region, they have these abilities, and quite a few levels actually have bases where it's like, oh, you can take a shortcut if you have this ability. They really encourage you to go back and just replay those levels and just look for new ways. Maybe there's some secret item you just weren't able to find, but now you can find it. And even the upcoming levels in the next regions, they will also let you use this new tool.
Ooh, so close. Yes, the devs really kind of reward exploration, and also there's a built-in leaderboard for every level. So coming back to kind of old levels with your new powers really kind of is what the speedrun's about, and how you kind of go for those high score on the leaderboards.
Yeah, I've definitely got into a few IL battles with people in the Discord. A lot of fun. We move on
sure.
to Turf 2, Armageddon. First cake is inside this little shack. We grab it, come out. Now, if you watched GDQ 2024 or Frost Fatales 2023 or 2024, you might recognize them. That's Nico from Here Comes Nico.
Very fun
Hit
game.
game, here comes Nico.
Beebs also cameos in Here Comes Nico, but it's I'd say it's a lot funnier in that game.
Thieves shows up as a little kind of enemy in the game. It's very cute. And here's another little forced battle, but we just do a little spin and then knock them into some spikes to move on. And that's the first level of Turf 2 done. So you can see now that we've unlocked the hook shot, the game really kind of wants us to use it to its full extent. A lot of levels will kind of require us to either push buttons with it, or, like we saw earlier, grapple to certain objects.
Going to Kambe. This is another one of these levels where there's like 3 big areas that you're supposed to go to, where it'll open up the gate to the final challenge. That final challenge being inside this pipe that we just clipped into. I'm told that both my commentators found that same clip on the same day, completely independently.
Yes, the devs hit a little meme picture in this level, so we were searching for it and just happened upon
Is it that one?
a skip.
Yeah,
it's
it's
in
around
one
those
of the
pipes.
Yeah.
It's just the water pushes you upwards into this wall with a nicely timed spin, which lets us move more horizontally. We can just clip right through the wall, which is one of the few clips we have in this game. There's not many, but
Yes,
it's definitely useful.
It's a very tight game when it comes to kind of glitches and things that we're able to abuse. But we will be unlocking an ability at the end of this world that we will be using to its fullest.
Yeah.
And you can also kind of see at the bottom under the timer that's going, that's the level time, and then the yellow one is the kind of in-game trophy time. So the devs thought that, a very fast run through of this level would take about 7 minutes, but you'll notice we just blow all of those times out of the water. We found a lot of just nice ways to abuse kind of specific properties of a level, or just use Beebs' moveset to get even farther.
You're supposed to collect a few keys here to unlock an elevator, but why do that when you can just use the water to push you up?
Yes, it has a fun hitbox that sends Beebs flying.
Yeah, this whole run is you're supposed to collect a few keys, but
Yeah, you're supposed to fight enemies, but
you You're supposed
go the
to.
intended
You're supposed to hit some switches to raise the water level, like Wet Dry World. But unfortunately,
Yes.
they put a little pipe on this wall that has collision. So we can just jump up here, grab this grapple here. Don't shoot me. Thank you. Don't get killed. I did not get killed. Lovely. And kind of the only tech with the grapple points is if you sort of undershoot them, like grapple them from very low, you'll just go higher when you pass them, which lets us make that jump there. Now
Yeah,
we're gonna
no decorative stuff. We can use everything.
no decorative geometry. Now, as we skip 3 levels here, we come back and do 2 of them. We leave 1 of them behind because it's too long. We go back with the second power, the rollout. This is the coolest ability in any video game I've ever played. I think this is why I've been playing this game for 2 years. It does a lot of things. Here's one of the things it does. We'll talk more about this later. First, we get to the worst boss, Captain Damp. I hate him.
I love the music, though.
I love the music.
music.
This game has insane good music. He's pretty consistent, but okay, we got to. Okay, he was nice. We got a good phase 1. Those little
great
bomb
art.
projectiles that he throws do just a weirdly high amount of damage in phase 1 and only phase 1. In phase 2 and 3, they're very slow, so we want to do what we did there. We use the rollout to hit him early. The idea is that you build up his little exhaustion gauge. It's like Smash Bros. You hit him, and then he flies farther when you hit him. He also turns around slower, which is how you actually launch him. You have to hit him in the back. Because we hit him once, we could sneak behind him there. Now he's full. We hit him again. He'll go into the pit.
Into the laser.
There we go.
Very
This is
nice.
going very well.
Nice.
Nothing bad will happen. Now we have another chase. The difference is now everything's red and kills you instantly. And if you die, you have to do the phase 2 fight again. So we just hang back a little bit. Definitely don't get too close because the fireballs, the insta-kill fireballs, drop a little bit behind him. So if you're too close, they can just hit you when you're jumping and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Jump.
This fight really shows off like the 3 different types of like hazards. There's like blue, which just pushes you away, green, which is a lingering poison, and red, which is just insta-kill. So Brooke's just trying to hit
There he
Captain Damp
goes.
into the lava.
And that's
he did it
damn.
first
203
try.
is very good.
That's a really good one.
Okay. Replay, portmanteau, very clever. In this level, we'll see 3 of the things that we use rollout for. 1, obviously, it goes very fast on the ground. It's our fastest way of getting around on the ground if we have the time to build up. Less intentional, you can use it in midair as like a triple jump, which is actually better than the real triple jump that you can buy as an upgrade. And, of course, we can use it with the spin. If we jump out of the rollout and spin and don't press any directions, you just keep all of your momentum and can cross giant gaps. Now we just swim to the end. This is the only downtime in the whole run. This is it. This is
You can bring something.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, this game
Right,
is
jump.
very precise and kind of a lot of the tricks we have to do. And since there's no checkpoints, failing a trick usually means you're restarting the level. So it's a lot of
It's a tiny bit
back-to-back
stressful.
so back-to-back high pressure situations, but a lot of fun.
So now we're in Sewer
Kat's been
Factory.
absolutely loving this, by the way.
Thank you,
Like
Chat.
between the style, the move sets. I've seen a number of people saying, "Well, time to put this on the wish
Nice.
list."
Oh, absolutely.
It's a franchise, y'all. This has like what 3 entries?
2
now?
entries and
It's the
1 is
main
a
game.
DLC.
You get all of them.
Yes,
in the
it-
Steam release, you get all of them.
Oh, nice.
So I would definitely recommend the Steam release because there's this game and then Neon Splash, which is a more shorter kind of platforming focus kind of expansion, and then
It's the
Demon Turf
it's the
Tower.
sugary, just hyper pop version of this game.
And
Yes.
it's great. 10 minute,
going for it.
90% runs. Almost.
Imagine.
And then there's a Demon Turf Tower, which is kind of the I forget the style of the game, but the getting over it kind of
Extremely marathon
difficulty.
unsafe.
Yes, it's 50 floors of high octane platforming that if you fall off of one floor, you could fall all the way to the bottom. So, a lot of fun with Demon Turf. And
Yeah,
now we kind of entered the third turf. I believe,
New Neo City.
there we go.
Yes. It's kind of a really Japan-inspired, New York-style, anime-style, cyberpunk-ish. It's a very, very stylized city, and it's fun to traverse. You're supposed to use the rollout a bunch. There's flying roads for you to just build up speed all the time, as you can see here. Even though we don't do much with that speed.
Yeah, we have lots of places to build up speed and lots of giant gaps to cross.
Yes.
Really will show off the kind of the power of the wheel as like our everything tool. And also it just has some great music. Like I believe all of this game's soundtrack can be found on Spotify and just
Bandcamp.
love the Bandcamp, and the tracks are just so nice, and I have them in my personal playlist. I listen to them a lot. And again, kind of no level aesthetics are unplatformable. So there's a kind of collection combat zone in that building, but we just decided to skip it and really show off kind of right here what the wheel is made of.
We can use it with the boost pads to just fly.
Yes.
Pretty much every checkpoint you see is a trick that I usually get 100% of the time, but I failed once while while practicing for this spot.
Now this building's crumbling, so we kind of got to get to the top before we miss the platform. And very nice. So now we'll move on to Herb Top. So again, you'll see that this this level will have about, I believe, an 8-minute completion time. We're
Just
gonna
look at it. It's an
absolutely
entire
skip
city
it.
block. It's got time for that.
Yes.
We're gonna sneak around here. This is the second clip of the run, and it's probably it's not hard,
Yeah,
but
the
it's
hardest.
very finicky.
Yes, if you miss this clip 3 or 4 times,
I don't know about
it's
that.
probably-
Yeah.
Oh, first try.
try.
Let's
Yay.
go.
Yeah, missing that clip about 3 or 4 times loses you time compared to actually just doing the level, but with that, a nice 27-second completion. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're hitting some level PBs here.
Yeah,
or
totally.
number ones on the leaderboards with how you're smashing these.
Well, if I'm doing this good, I can't stop to check. This is Union builds. This is just 3 super spins.
Yes, so
That's
kind
one.
of the
Here's 2.
horizontal movement you can gain with this wheel is absolutely absurd.
Yeah, just to explain it shortly, the super spin is just
One moment.
when Beeps has enough.
That right there is the other use we use constantly for the rollout. You can roll out into a wall and you bounce off. It's like an extra wall jump.
Yeah, very useful.
And there's
Infinitely
3.
wall jumpable.
Okay, sorry,
That's
go on.
another
Go on.
super spin. All right,
Very nice.
so the super spin, when Beeps is in her rollout form, she's quite fast. And we found out during Neon Splash too that when you jump only once and you don't hold any directions, Beeps actually keeps the speed when going for a spin. So we'll just keep tapping spin to prolong our horizontal movement. And that's how we can cross these giant gaps. There's a great story for the super spin and how I found it. It was during a speedrunning event, like a month-long speedrunning event, and I kind of kept it to myself for a bit. It definitely won me the competition, but very fun. Now we're in the next turf fight, which is Tomoe and Gozen, where we unlock the flight or the glide ability.
They're a
Definitely
duo,
more useful.
there's not a lot of RNG, and they're also lesbians, and I think that's pretty cool. Two cycle, please? Oh well.
Ah, close one.
So, we get the glide. It lets you fly.
She can
I think-
fly now?
Yes.
She flies
I think
now.
it's very it's very comparable to the kind of Mario wing cap in the sense that if you dive down, you can swoop back up to gain some more height. So very inspired in that
Yeah,
way.
but this does a lot of things that the wing cap doesn't. Like, if you use it on the ground, it drops a cyclone, which can hit enemies. We just dropped it before Tomoe spawns. It also launches you up, and if you do it directly into a wall, you instantly cyclone jump upwards. We're going to be using that a lot as we get past the fourth world, particularly. That was very fast. Let's fly over here. These lasers turn now, which frankly just makes them easier to dodge.
Yes, they'll never turn kind of towards you. They'll always be in the other direction, away from you.
You'll also notice that basically whenever I glide, I'm sort of banking to the left. It makes you go further. I just tried it one day and it worked. I don't know why.
Yeah, we're a very small community. I think we only have 4 any percent.
There's only
runs on
4
our board.
people on the board. It's so sad. It's part of why I wanted to submit this. This game has stuff. There is stuff we haven't found. Please come find it. Tomoe down. Now we're in at phase 2. Goes and gets real mad.
Bullet hell section. Oh, don't get hit.
This is
Don't
real
get
scary.
hit.
I'm not going to get hit. That'd be cringe.
And very close. Oh, nice.
Ah, there we go.
She respawned anyway.
So now we'll be kind of going back to some of the levels we skipped.
Okay,
and,
chat, real
probably-
quick. I'm going to need you to pray for good rat RNG.
Good red
Yes.
RNG.
We're going to glide
There are
over
little
here.
animals on the ground, and they're interactable with. So we could accidentally run into them.
That's not a good spot. Okay, it's fine.
Ooh, very nice.
Let's
Slide
go.
over here. Put a checkpoint. Now just get. I think that's it.
Ah,
Damn it! I didn't push forward quickly enough. Basically, you do a bird dash into the wall in that specific spot on that crate, and the cyclone flings the crate, and you just prop launch right into that door. Unfortunate. Wish I
only
could have got
one
that
in the run.
on the big run.
it's a neat trick that Broke just randomly found someday. And it's quite useful for this one specific case. But you can miss it.
Yes, there's a lot of very specific level cases where we just found some cool tech, and it's like really only useful there. And now we're kind of entering our first auto-scrolling level.
This is Subway. Yeah, Subway Surfing is kind of an auto-scroller, kind of cycle-based. That's not great. The way the cycles work is sometimes you go into these tunnels, which, obviously, if you're inside the tunnel, you can't leave. And the whole point is to swap between. Oh, this is kind of slow. Is to swap between trains. Imagine there's a bus. Please laugh.
21 frames.
Except instead of being 20. Oh, I don't have time to put the checkpoint, so I'll just get it.
Wing it. Let's go.
Oh. It's good. It's good.
Very
Let's go.
Nice.
It's
One of the,
Oh,
Oh
okay, so that's a minute gone. Oh
So like we
dear.
were saying before, the very tricks are very precise in the fact that if you get hit or you mess something up and you don't set a checkpoint, you just get sent instantly back to the start. Ooh, very nice. So
Okay.
be sure to
I at least
add a
have time to
checkpoint
put the
this time.
checkpoint this time.
Yes,
Okay.
that would have been useful.
Oh, damn it.
It happens, but they'll just get to see this very cool trick again.
Yes.
So kind of what happened earlier is the wheel can be used as kind of a ground pound as well. So we were able to hit that first enemy, but Broke landed right in the geometry between the little train parts. So
Yeah, the
ground pound
geometry
didn't come
between the
out.
train cars is evil. They have like holes in the side that you can fall through. It's not. It's
Almost
bad.
like you're not supposed to ground pound on a train.
Oh, now we're going to Turf 4, Peak Plateau. This is what we've been saving all of the cakes for. This has some very long, very large levels. We go into this one, but we're not going to play it. We need that to just unlock something in the menu later. Go into Ice Ice Cavey, which is the worst pun of all time.
But a pretty quick level.
I mean, it has an
Okay,
estimate
he was
of
good.
8
He
minutes.
went to the spikes like he was supposed to. He sometimes bounces off that little ice block and wastes a bunch of time.
Yes, the floor is
Nice.
also kind of made of ice there. And now, kind of we show off the swimming a little more. It's very, nothing stand out, I would say. So now we're just gonna climb this tower using the wheel wall jumps.
Just enjoy
definitely shows
this
off the-
nice little lo-fi hip-hop rap. This game has 2 raps in it.
Yes, the genres, the music will take you from a sea shanty to a lo-fi rap song. It is really great.
Yeah, Anton Carrazza really did a great number. with
Anton
with
did
the rap lyrics.
Anton did the other one. That's Serengeti.
Oh,
I see. And then I believe this will be the last
Get
level we
the
play
picture
before the boss
of
fight.
the snowcat.
So this will kind of this level will really show off the power of the wheel and the glide when you combine them together.
It sort of snakes around over there. There's a bunch of race trails you're supposed to do. We're not having that because they put 3 little rocks on the side of this mountain. That's
pretty convenient, eh?
how convenient. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
There. Now
there are some
just-
spots that have some like funny little wall clings. Look at all that
Fly
level.
over to the end. All-
What
What
level?
level?
pretty
What
convenient, these rocks, I wonder.
And now we'll face probably the most, I would say, RNG intensive boss of the run. Definitely my least favorite one to fight.
Now
After we kind of
we spend all of the cakes that we have now on skipping all of the rest of the Peak Plateau levels. We've played exactly 2 of them. Go into 4. Watch me get this platform skip. First try.
And very nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go. First try.
Not even winded.
Yes, and we unlocked the last ability, the time bubble. So it's not very useful in the run. I think we'll only use it about 2 times, and those 2 times are really only in this boss fight.
One of them
But
is
it,
to just get rid of a time bubble that we have to put.
Yes. So it's kind of a mechanic to slow down a lot of, these moving platforms that it can interact with. And it's a very cool idea on paper, but slowing down time is not something we're really interested in when speedrunning.
There's not even a whole lot of like funny time dilation physics nonsense you can do with it. There is like one that was like rediscovered this week by somebody doing a casual playthrough on Twitch, but there's nowhere to put it in this run, sadly, but it is very cool. Oh, I shouldn't be doing that on this side. I was going to do it.
So yeah, this section is really just about dodging some lasers, dodging some ice.
Yeah, dodging
punching
lasers
these
and just
fists
hoping
away.
that these guys spawn when they do the lasers, so they just take out the whole wave for you. I think someone should be doing a laser right now. Yep, that looks good.
Take out.
What? No, there we go.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Took out
definitely
three
took
of
out a
them.
bunch.
We really don't want them to hit these the ice crystals. For some reason, well, they freeze you, obviously. They also just launch the hands, like, just into the skybox, and they take forever to hit the kill plane and die.
And now we have like Golden Lem. The idea of this fight is to send these explosive hands directly back at them. And each one has a health bar of
Come
3.
here, come hither. No, laser.
Oh. Unfortunate. So it's a
And,
very RG dependent fight, as you can see. Just hoping for some early bombs and hopefully less lasers this time around.
And less ice little
Yeah,
spear things.
So the way that the cycle works with these guys is they'll do one of 2 attacks. No, not 2. No, they'll do what? She died twice. They'll do one of like 4 attacks, and then they'll drop bombs. If you hit them if you hit them, then they'll immediately do another attack.
Oh, and sent it
250
right
is
back.
actually nuts.
Let's go, return to sender. That's a really good time.
That
now-
fight can go so wrong.
Yes. And now kind of the other main attractions of this game is there are return trips. So these are going to be kind of remixed level versions of all the levels. And since we need 50 batteries, you are required to play a good amount of them if you want to reach the final boss. But now that we have the wheel and the glide unlocked, we can kind of go back through all of them and just really break the levels.
Yeah, since the return to variants, they're still mostly the same structure, just with some more obstacles, some more enemies. You'll see some more great examples of what these return trip variants are like later.
We got the sound bug.
Nice.
So sometimes when
yeah,
sorry.
no, go on.
Right. So sometimes when leaving Golden Lamb, the Turf 4 boss, just certain like temporal sound effects like wall sliding or like rollout jumping, they just play forever. They never stop. So for the rest of the run, you're going to be hearing the soothing sounds of rattlesnakes and crickets.
Isn't that lovely?
Oh, it really did that to me. This game just hitches occasionally on my PC. I don't know why. I don't think it happens in the other games in Tower or Neon Splash. It's just this one.
Also in this level in particular, sometimes a visual bug will happen where the tower just disappears for a second.
It's like some weird visibility zone off to the right of that rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
So this
Oh,
is another kind
whoops.
of level where you're supposed to collect 12 keys this time through different platforming challenges, but we decided to just climb the tower. And this waterfall has no hitbox. The other ones we've encountered have, so really strange.
It probably would have been useful if it did have a hitbox, because it would push us upwards.
Absolutely, but we make do.
Yeah, and as I was saying, the geometry is mostly the same, the layout is mostly the same, so we can mostly use the same skips to just get to the end of the level, which you can see here in this level as well. It's mostly the same with some additional hazards, additional challenges.
Yes, so the route very much is kind of the same between variants with just little things here and there, and very
I
nice.
shouldn't have tried
Nice.
that. That was risky.
But it works out.
Unfortunately, we can't just go
gonna
straight to the goal this time. They put a time trial gate in front of it. If you're a big time glitch hunter, find a way in there. There's got to be.
Yes, we would love to skip this little wheel section because there's a sign over there that you can get stuck in,
Nice.
but ooh, very nice.
I think that's the first time you got to keep the momentum in the practice
I
session.
did it once in practice. I think it's not
There
hard.
you go. So now we'll return to the third turf, and my personal, I think, hardest levels come from this section of the game. And also, kind of a theme you'll notice in a lot of these return trips levels is in the story, Beebs, beats the turf boss and becomes the ruler, but a lot of the places actually become kind of worse for it. Like, the turf 4 became just covered in a snowstorm and everything was frozen over. In this world, kind of all the lights went out. And
now it's raining and it's cold.
I heard there's a murder case somewhere.
There's a murder case in one of these levels.
Yeah, just some bad stuff that's probably not intentional.
That's a photo op that you need for 100%.
Yes.
Yes.
You need to take a photo of the crime scene.
Now, top groups RT. This is Cherry's favorite skip.
Oh yeah, I had a really great any person run that died to this level after I choked it for 7 minutes or something. Very infamous clip.
Yeah.
Beeps!
So you can see Bro kind of just clipping with the wheel on the tiniest little ledge there.
Gonna do the safe strat.
Yeah.
There we go.
Didn't think I had enough height.
Just scaling the screen nice and easy.
Yeah, no decorative geometry. The slightest ledge and you will be able to climb.
That's the thing I really love about this game is that if you can see it, it probably has collision, except for that one waterfall.
Yes. We'll run into a wall kind of later on if Rogue wants to show it off, where it looks like there should be some collision, but it's just you can walk right through.
Oh yeah, I'll show that.
Yes.
Very, very interesting. Or like that crane over there, you could probably get to it if you tried hard enough. I don't think there's anything there, but it's
might be a
fun.
timeout zone out there.
Yes.
Oh, I got to that cycle way early.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very nice. And now we'll kind of show off the last major clip of the run here.
Yeah. So this clip was found by speedrunner Merry Mitch. But he didn't really have a setup, so I just made one first try.
Nice.
Ooh, very nice.
Didn't get the fast version, sadly, but it's still very fast. Now we're back to subway surfing, except this time the train isn't moving.
Beeps,
Now-
what did you do?
What the heck, Beebs?
Trains aren't running.
Everyone's going to be late for work now. This is horrible.
So yeah, you're supposed to enter like a small challenge area, but why do that when you can just jump over everything, right?
Yes. And then kind of at the end of this level is what we were talking about with there's just a wall with no collision we can walk through.
Yeah, because in the main version of this level, you're never supposed to get anywhere near this back wall because you just die. So they kind of just forgot to put the collision on it.
It's the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game's got more than its fair share of a lovable little jank.
Yes, and now we'll return to the second turf.
It's monsoon season.
Yes.
Oh god.
Monsoon season, or
You mean it's not rabbit season?
Ooh. There'll also be some levels that are just infested with lava or poisonous gas. So we really let this place go. Very nice.
Don't you do it? Okay.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No edge guard for you.
Nice.
I'm starting to feel like the moral of the story here is just because you can take control of something doesn't necessarily mean that you should have.
Absolutely right.
Like, the story still frames it as positive, but like,
We can read between the lines.
Yes.
So this is a nice little level. Just some more storms, some bouncy platforms.
they replaced that temple with this like Mario Galaxy looking thing.
Going for another super
But
spin.
now we just do an even bigger super spin than we did last time.
Beebs does not want to swim.
Come on.
Oh,
Okay, now I gotta wait for the
close
water.
one.
The water needs to... I switched glide. Went in a no glide zone.
Yeah, another cool little quirk about the game is there'll be little challenge areas like this one where we're not supposed to use the glide, which would be very useful here, I would say.
Yeah.
But we can use the wheel to kind of mitigate any struggles we have.
All right.
Very nice. So we're kind of
Combe.
just blazing through.
I don't know what happened to Combe.
Yeah, it's just lava infested. But there is a cool little Mario Easter egg that we can.
Spoilers,
Go off
don't just
down
say
here.
that. See, it's the thing
I wonder who put that here.
from Mario.
Yes, and in game that's a photo hunt challenge. So you'll need, if you want 100% it, you will need to come down there and take a little snapshot of it.
This game has quite a lot of Mario references. There's even like some Mario levels that are side content.
Yes, you can play through TikTok clock renditions of Bowser in the Dark World, and some Galaxy and Odyssey inspired.
Some random Odyssey subworld. I don't know why they did an Odyssey subworld.
Yeah, there's a list, I believe, in our Discord somewhere with all the level inspirations, and the Odyssey one is the most random.
Yes.
This game is on Switch, by the way. The devs had no fear.
So yeah, this is a sewer factory. For whatever reason, they want to produce sewer, but
No, they used to.
whatever
Now they produce
done.
lava.
Now they produce lava. Beeps, what do you need all this lava for? What are you doing?
She's the queen now. The queen needs lava.
Okay, Leaping Falls. I've choked
another-
many a run on Leaping Falls. Okay, let's get the thing. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. For whatever reason, another quirk, you can just jump on the water in this level.
When you exit a glide,
when you
it's
exit a
very,
glide,
very
yes.
precise.
It barely has any use, but it's cool.
That's not great. It's
Very
fine.
safe there.
Let's go.
Yeah, I believe I found that skip, and I've regretted it every day.
Thanks.
It's not fun to do.
Thanks, bro.
No problem.
There's no backup. You miss it, you fall, and you have to do it again.
Yes. Not my proudest accomplishment, I'll say.
So once again, we're supposed to collect keys here. And while the nice and clean waterfall is gone, we have this dirty, yucky, green poisonous waterfall that still kind of pushes us upwards.
Still sub one, which was nice.
Very nice.
That was quick.
And tidal climb. This time it's a laser grid instead of water, and we're still not going to make it move. So something that's come up, well, that hasn't really come up yet, is that certain jumps, mainly the side flip, can inherit momentum from moving platforms. So if you have a platform that goes up really fast,
You can get then shot up.
Yes, Beeps will carry up that momentum. Very useful in moments like these.
Yes. Now we're
And
just
once
kinda-
again, it's like, why play the level when you can just use decorative geometry to move up instead?
Yes.
Rollout is its own game.
For sure.
And now we're
Now-
back, a tough one. Because these levels are quite short, we're going to be just blazing through them with all the abilities.
Yes, so before we just kind of climbed this as Beebs with her solo moveset, but now we have everything in our arsenal to just straight climb.
60
Easy as
seconds.
that.
That's how
Very
fast
good.
it can go.
That'll also be
Watching how the movement evolves throughout the 4 turfs as you go through them the first time is really sick.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely cool to see kind of your power progression as you go through the game. You just get stronger and you just unlock more tools. Ooh, very nice ground pound there.
That was very nice. Quick one.
We're going to do a little trick that you can do without beating those enemies, but avoiding them while you're trying to build up momentum there is really hard.
Yeah, so with Wheel and Wing, we make it to the flower. Just why play the level when you can just skip everything?
Mm-hmm. We'll move on here to Grander Canyon.
I'm gonna do it. No problem.
Nice.
Very nice.
Risky moves, but it looks cool.
Yes. And
Close the
goes
door on us.
fast.
That's rude.
Oh no,
Let's
they put a
just-
door. How are we gonna get in now?
I think there's like some challenges you have to go through, but they left their back window open. So, thank you, stranger. And then Bergfall, the very same thing, except the gate's not open this time, so we gotta climb the sign ourselves.
Yeah, we go through it basically the same way.
It's our
except
sign
next
now.
time we don't have to wait for the game to give us a wall jump out of pity. We can just use rollout to make our own wall jump.
Yes.
Yes.
So again, these return trips,
You know-
they are usually much more difficult than the regular ones. But seems like this water section is making this one way easier.
Yes.
Yeah, this one is genuinely easier with the water. But I wasn't. I did think I got a little close to it in like a warm up, so I just put a checkpoint there. You can just put checkpoints.
Wherever. And then another kind of battle-intensive collective zone area, but we just skip it all. Very nice, just getting up there. And then no battle up here this time, it's just kind of a straight run through to the top. And
Yeah.
all these... Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, keep talking. So,
I was just gonna say, now all these photos we've been taking will kind of will culminate here after we beat one of these last few levels. But we can show off the wheel wall jumping.
yeah, so as we said many times before, the rollout wheel is just probably the most useful tool we
Nope.
have. Oh,
Close.
try to go for the risky but cool looking strat.
Yeah, that person that was streaming their casual playthrough, their name is Universal Llama. I just looked at one of their VODs and they beat my time on this level. Like, I didn't even notice. And they
Yeah,
do
a
it
lot
by
of untapped
yeah.
potential.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I tried to do what they did, but didn't get it. Now we're in Cave Huts. This is the last big old super spin of the run, and it's kind of scary because we have to go through a little timeout, get back to the mission soldier zone that's in the middle of this big pit.
And
Crossing
you'll
our
see it
fingers.
flash on screen.
It's
and
fine.
it's gone. Very
Gone.
nice.
Don't bonk. I didn't bonk. That's nice.
And once again, we're just climbing up this section, but instead of like trying to jump on these little rocks, we can just use the nice rollout bounce to just keep wall jumping up.
Keep the momentum moving.
Oh, the rattlesnakes are out. Okay, I
still got the
caught
cycle.
this platform cycle.
Very nice.
Something
Well done.
plus. And that's all of the
Something,
platforming
21
levels
frames.
done, but we still need 2 more batteries. Which is,
Oh,
that's a cameo.
right. Yep, I believe that's one of Robert, or some of Robert Ross's.
Yeah, 2 of Robert
original
Ross's characters, Slamantha and Vanity.
Yes.
That wasn't the, we have enough, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
I think I messed up one of the photos.
That's
I was supposed to
submitted
get
one in the
a
beginning.
116. Oh yeah, I already turned it in. It's fine.
Yes.
Right, I completely forgot I did that. Turn those in. Screen flashes white. We have 50 batteries. We can now go to the last level of the run, Demon's Demise. It's very long, very hard, pretty kind of an ordeal to get through with just 3 checkpoints. So it's a good thing we can use our 4 cakes and just skip it and go straight to Demon King. Now, Demon King's gimmick is that he spawns powered-up versions of all the bosses. He spawned Tomoe first try, which is what we wanted.
Let's
Everyone
go.
else
Good
is
RNG.
so slow, it's faster to just reset. Oh, she's okay, and she's doing the pattern.
Very nice.
Lure the tornadoes back, and they hit.
Nice.
Now
That's
we're just
phase
gonna
1 done in
reset
20.
here.
Now, phase 2, the difference in phase 2 is that now 2 bosses can spawn. Oh, Captain Damp. He sucks because he's hard to do damage to. But we could. Yep, Golem Lem. That's what we want. We really don't want Golem Lem in phase 1. Don't go near the top of Damp. That's what we wanted. In phase 2, they can have friendly fire. This is Gozen, or is this Tumway? That's Gozen.
Oh, very nice. They did some damage to each other.
Nice. That's really good.
Nice. That's a quick one. And now we are entering the next phase.
We do rollouts, it falls faster.
And we'll be coming up to completion here and really soon.
Yep, time will be when I clear the results screen. DK copies us, which would be really threatening if he didn't copy only our ability to spin and punch. So he's operating with a fraction of our power. So what we're going to do in phase 4, that was phase 3 already. We're going to walk up, drop a cyclone at his feet. He's going to spin to get out. We're going to walk up to him, just tech chase, drop another cyclone. He's going to spin again, drop another cyclone, throw a punch. He's dead.
Very nice.
Nice. That was a pretty quick final.
And time.
GG's.
4750 is pretty good.
That's a good run.
That was very entertaining. Chat really enjoyed seeing this game. I'm sure you've just scored a bunch of wish lists for the game for folks.
That's so good.
Happy to hear.
Do y'all have any shout outs? Anything you want to share as we wrap up?
Shout outs to you two, Danny and Jerry, for coming by.
Thank you.
Jerry for waking up at 4 a.m. to commentate this run. Shout outs, of course, to Fabrez for making this game and for just going out of their way to make sure that a healthy speedrunning community could develop. If you're interested in running this game, go to discord.gg/Fabrez. There is a Demon Turf speedrunning channel. We'll be there. Happy to help out with any questions you have. Shout outs to all my friends who came in to watch the stream. What's a shout out? Oh, and if you'd like to see me stream this game, I haven't streamed it in a while, but I guess I will now. You can follow me at twitch.tv/I'm_broke with a Q, as you can see on the screen. I think that's all I've got.
There's one thing we do want to mention here.
Oh, right. Also, in the Discord, you can find teasers from Fabian, the founder, teasing Fabrez's upcoming game, Project Tides, which is in development, a new platformer.
Yes, as someone playtesting the game right now, I can tell you this one's gonna be a banger. If you like Demon Turf, you're gonna love Project Tides. So if you want to, please wishlist it on Steam. It really helps a lot. So check it out. Just look it up. Go on the Discord. There's a bunch of cool teasers. Fabian posts a lot of just development stuff on his Twitter account as well. Project Tides. It's gonna be amazing.
That sounds really awesome, and I'm glad that they're still planning on producing games, and they're producing something new outside of Demon Turf. I think that's really awesome. And again, thank you, the three of you, for being here tonight and showing off this game. This game is awesome. So anyone who saw this and liked it, go give it a wish list. You know, maybe you want to wait for a sale. It's on Switch, it's on Steam. It's really, really cool. And it's got tons of platforming potential, and so does our next game that's going to be coming up after the break. I just want to remind everyone really quick that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered here on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support Games Done Quick Hotfix, and if you enjoy watching speedruns like this one, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want more info on our weekly shows and weekend specials, you should go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix, and you can check that out. You can also submit to any of our shows, including Passion Project, if you want to as well. So, that being said, we'll be back in just about 5 minutes with the Fancy Pants Adventures run by Witherman. That's going to be it's a flash game turned into a... Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 27 of Passion Project. My name is Amber Cyprin. I am your host. And did you know, chat, that Games Done Quick Express is returning to TwitchCon from September 20th to the 22nd? Use !GDQX in Twitch chat for more information and let us know what you're hoping to see at the event. But I've got one more run for you tonight here on Passion Project. I am being joined by Witherman, who's going to be showing off the console version of the Fancy Pants Adventures. And I actually never played this when it was a Flash game, so this is going to be entirely new to me. But I know that it's probably going to be a blast from the past for a lot of you who liked playing Flash games. So go ahead and take it away, Witherman.
All right, well, thank you so much for the introduction and for the opportunity to be here showing off this awesome game. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this. So my name is Witherman. I play a lot of games on the Sega Dreamcast, and that's been slowly turning over into the Xbox and Xbox 360 as well. And I'm joined here by the lovely Snapkick. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Hello, I am Snapkick. I play a lot of video games. I'm Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. That's my intro.
Awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and get time started here in 3, 2, 1, go.
Who is ready to fancy they pants?
Who's up fancy and they pants?
Oh my goodness, I forgot to say the secret word cyan.
Well, it's a good thing that you work that in now, because we're taking a nap. We're about to be very rudely awakened by the mayor, I think? I don't remember who this guy is, but he was the guy that gives you the ice cream in Fancy Pants Adventures World 2 from the Flash game.
As we all remember.
But as the magic word was cyan, we're going to be wearing our cyan pants today. We've got to go visit the king. The king has given us a very important quest. We're not quite sure what it is yet. Don't worry about the tutorial. We're not playing it. And we're going to be jumping straight into this. If you've never seen this series before, this series itself somewhat started with... This series is primarily developed by a guy named Brad Bourne. And his art style is so awesome. His DNA is everywhere in these games. They feel so deeply personal, which is also why I like playing them so much. And you can tell his inspiration just by how the game plays. One of the first projects he ever posted online was a 2D recreation of Mirror's Edge. And with his definite inspiration from 2D Sonic as well, that project kind of turned into the Fancy Pants series, which ends up being like this strange mixture of a 3D parkour game and 2D Sonic.
Something still being worked on to this day as well.
Yeah, this series still gets new entries, and it still gets remakes and whatnot too. Much like The Last of Us, this series is filled with more remakes than games. World 1 itself has like 4 or 5 individual remakes, each of them with their own merits and very good. And also, Brad loves getting back to the Flash community, so this game specific is known in the community as Fancy Pants Adventures World 3, or it's known as the third game in the series. Each game is typically known as like World Blank. Brad actually created a Flash version of this game after the 360 version was released, the 360 PS3 version, that includes most of the content and features from this version, but just fully playable in Flash. It has some altered level design, it has some altered physics, but it is largely a very similar game. Yeah, this game is also playable on mobile, but the console version has a lot of very specific tricks which only work on this version of the game. Yeah, this is our main antagonist, Captain Rainbow Beard. He took over the king's giant bathtub to give his pirates a bath. Now they all hate it.
Terrible, awful, but it's fine. He found a cat.
He's gonna pet that cat.
Watch him pet that cat. Wow. Amazing.
Unfortunately.
I also don't care what this character's name is. He is Gaybeard.
Unfortunately, Gaybeard has been kicked in his balls by cutie fans who owned him epic style in the year 2011, and she has now been carried off as the new leader because they're so impressed by her epic skills.
You'll notice at the end of the level there, Wither did a single jump to just clear that entire gap. Do you want to talk a little bit about the movement tech?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be seeing a bunch of that soon here if I'm any good at the game. Foreshadowing. But
Foreshadowing.
The way this game works is it maintains a lot of identity from 2D Sonic with momentum and momentum canceling and whatnot. You're only able to get into a ball by going backwards though, and the main tech of this game is sliding by holding down. And messed it up here. We're gonna be taking a detour now. But if I play that well, oh no, come on, get up there, you.
You do it.
We're taking the long way. I'm getting owned down here.
We're flipping out.
This is so sad. I can't believe it. I'm getting owned. I have to restart the level. This is so sad.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway,
For the style.
whenever you're sliding, you're able to convert all of that momentum into jump height and distance, and that's called a boost jump. So if I fall from a very, very far distance, or I'm going very fast, I can enter a slide, then jump, and then my my momentum is carried and turned into something super different. So here, we're able to get a really good one with a specific jump. This spider just keeps owning me though. So I'm not able
That
to show
spider
it off.
does not want you to have fun.
Yeah, it's definitely beating me up right now.
There is a little bit of RNG in the game, especially to do with the enemies, so that's just kind of comes with the territory.
Not really. They're mostly on cycles. It's just very hard to get them on the right cycle.
It's easier to call it RNG, though.
Yeah. So we are going to be getting a decent boost jump here, hopefully. I'm going to be falling from this long distance, and there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So from that big oil slick, I was supposed to get a boost jump that I could then carry for that whole bottom section to get to that spring. It's much faster to take that route, but as you saw, that route is fairly difficult compared to just basically the straight line walk above.
Congratulations on the hat unlock.
Thank you. I'm gonna need that.
And now we entered Frog.
Yeah, these
Frog
frogs
is no good.
These frogs are the closest thing to RNG in the game. They suck. They like to jump, as frogs like to do, and it's really unpredictable. And they jump at such an annoying arc that you can't deal with it super well. They also take 16 quintillion hits to kill, so they're always a problem. But if everything works out, I get to take that guy with me. It's a little treat.
Just a little buddy.
Yeah, as Must Include was mentioning earlier with RocketBowl, this is another one of those games that's about to basically become vaporware. While there is a mobile version of this game that's been archived, the 360 and PS3 version of the game's fate is definitely up in the air right now, as the PS3 version of the game is, I think, still pretty decently easy to get. But the Xbox 360 version of the game, the specific version I'm playing right now, is about to be delisted, and it is not backwards compatible. We'll be getting a good boost jump here. Give me this spring.
Yeah, so if folks want to get into speedrunning this version of the game, it is in your best interest to buy it now on the 360 marketplace. I'd actually forgotten about the shutdown and unintentionally booked 2 Xbox 360 arcade games.
The Xbox 360 Arcade is such a fantastic service for small games like this.
It really was like the... Oh, sorry, I was going to say, it's like the early version of like some of the Steam early access games, indie stuff we'd see nowadays. A lot of really small, just weird ideas you wouldn't see anywhere else.
Yeah, it put like indie gaming, I feel like, on the map, especially with games like Bastion and Super Meat Boy and stuff. As like some of the, and Fez as some of the heavyweight indie games that, you know, made big waves and everything.
And it was also one of the first places that PopCap began to get a console presence, with both Plants vs. Zombies and Peggle getting big releases on the 360 arcade. Okay, what I'm going to be going for here is by far the hardest jump in the entire game. It's, okay, if I can even get up here, it's borderline frame perfect, if not actually frame perfect. It's much easier on mobile. I'm going to give this 2 tries before just heading to the bottom path.
Go.
Oh. That, I'm going to be there all day if I keep trying it. That is super tight to try to actually get. It skips this entire vertical run here and brings us to this section of the level right here. But again, it is absurdly tight.
Absurdly hard trick, minor amounts of time saved, but very cool looking.
In the New Game Plus category, you have access to the pencil, which completely nullifies any and all challenge from that jump whatsoever. You just jump and press X, and it basically does the hard part for you. And even then, you're able to save even more time with it because you're able to fly across. We'll be explaining the pencil more once we unlock it. Here, even the game's telling you about it now. But the pencil is quite an interesting mechanic. We'll be unlocking it in the next level, but this is the last level in the entire game before we unlock the pencil.
There are some ducks there. You can say hi to them. You can see them, you can appreciate them, but we're moving on now.
I'm going to be going for a small clip here, if I can hit it. Not quite. Right there where the water meets the ledge, you can get a little clip that just sends you straight down with a lot of speed into this water below. Also, I haven't really mentioned it other than just mentioning the parkour systems, but this game has like a million mechanics to keep in mind at all times. Like the way that you approach water and like the angle that you jump at matters a lot, because like there, you saw that I jumped near the top of the slope. That gave me a dive, and because I got a dive, I was able to keep all my momentum when entering the water. Whenever you're entering water, if you neutral jump, forward jump, or backwards jump to do a backflip, all of those will change. Cool. All of those will change the way that you enter the water. If you're doing a backflip, you'll typically go into a backflip dive. If you jump forward, then you'll typically go into a cannonball. And those affect the water how you would expect from just knowing like real physics. If you dive, you're able to conserve your momentum for a very long time and go super fast in the water. If you cannonball, you know, you're like a little buoyant, you can move around, but it's not very practical. So here I'm going to be doing a backflip to enter into the water to get a dive. I think
it's hard to overstate just like how natural these physics feel for what is a stickman drawing game.
Yeah, like every angle on the controller does something. This is the first true analog game in the Fancy Pants series, being mostly a Flash game series that's bound to keyboard. So they went pretty crazy with giving you as much analog precision for this game as you could possibly want. There's 5 different kinds of wall jump in this game, not to mention the multiple different states you can get into when reaching the wall itself. Like, every way that you approach anything in this game changes the way that you interact with it, and it's so interesting.
There's like at least 5 different ways you could interact with those crabs right there, and that's terrifying. So with it taking one of those time trial springs just as a nice little boost up, see that once or twice more, you can do a little time trial to gather some squiggles for a completion bonus, but you know what? Movement's movement.
So this is going to be the first major skip of the run so far. Right here, after I grab the pencil, I'm going to load back.
Color blue.
I'm going to load back into the menu here. Then I'm going to re-enter the stage. This prevents me from having to play through the entire pencil tutorial, as the pencil is unlocked now. So as you can see in the HUD in the top left. You need the pencil to be able to complete this stage, which is why I went out of my way to grab it, on top of it just being like super gnarly for the rest of the movement in the game.
It's really cool. Naturally, you needed to knock down a giant pile of pirates standing on top of each other.
Yeah, they're the tallest thing in the world. They just have really, really tall arms at the top there, so you need to get the pencil so you can knock them all down.
Of course.
Of course. Now, right after you get the pencil, you go into the bait and switch proverbial final level before the end game actually begins, Princess Pirate Ship. There are 3 battle arenas you need to complete on this stage, and I'm going to be using the pencil to cross a pretty big gap to begin with without bounce, which is very funny. But we're going to be going into this door to get to our first battle arena.
And you can just see already like how cool the movement with the pencil is. Like, just lets you go flying. It's fantastic.
Alright, So that was a pretty decent arena. We gotta take out the bird, we gotta take out the spiders, we get the red key. Once we've got all 3 keys, we'll be doing the same thing we did once we grabbed the pencil, which is exiting out of the stage and reloading it to teleport to where the door is at. Yeah, just to make sure I have enough distance, I'll be using the pencil to cover quite a few minor gaps as well. It's just really good for safety to make sure you know where you're at. The biggest weakness of the pencil is that your run speed is dramatically lowered when it's out. But that's not that big of a deal because you can initiate a slide, just go like, ugh, like that, and it puts the pencil away.
Specifically like that. Yeah, otherwise you can see sort of dragging it behind him like he's Cloud with a Buster Sword.
He thinks he's so cool. He drags it on the ground, he's thinking that there's sparks behind him.
I mean, he's got spiky hair. Of course he thinks he's
true.
cool.
Whenever I mash down, he throws up one of these. Dude's awesome.
That's sick. I wish that were me.
So you're going to be using the pencil here as well. I missed that. That's okay. I'm going to be going for the backup.
You'll notice the exciting lore development in the background there as Captain Rainbowbeard is crossed out and given a very goofy face, clearly indicating his evilness.
He's so sad.
So sad. Meanwhile, ninjas.
So these are, in my opinion, the worst enemies in the game, the toothpick ninjas. They have so much health, they jump at such an annoying arc, and for some reason, they can just hit through the pencil strikes sometimes. So you got to really make sure that you're on top of these guys to kill them quick. Because if they start ganging up on you and you let them overwhelm you, it's over. Like, it's so hard to come back.
You can't really have a stickman game without ninjas.
It's true.
He wouldn't be a cool guy if he couldn't fight 3 at least.
Even the logo of stickpage.com is a dang ninja.
Oh my god.
Alright, so here's where the plot thickens, and we can see that our sister, given an ounce of power, has become an evil dictator and will not let the pirates have a moment of rest. They are all very sad under her extreme rulership.
I mean, as is the case with most younger siblings, where they are the ones in control.
Tyranny reigns.
Tyranny reigns. So now we've got, I wouldn't call it an auto-scroller, but a long vertical climb where we can take a lot of damage. Thankfully, we want to take damage so that we can damage boost straight on through a lot of enemies. We're going to be doing that a few times.
If you're ever scared of spiders, just run directly into them. They can't do anything after that. Same thing with crabs.
Same thing with crabs, yeah. If you ever see a coconut crab in the wild, you should just run straight into it.
Headlong.
Same with burly men with swords. If you see one coming at you like a crab, then you know he's safe to run into.
Walking forward, that's dangerous. Crab stance, you're good.
Exactly. And now that we've come to get our sister, she does not want us to be here, and she sends us directly to hell.
No!
So while this fall would kill any regular man, thankfully Fancy Pants Man is fancy, so he can boost jump.
Amazing.
No broken ankles here.
We're going straight into the misplaced cave. This is the first level where we really get to flex with pencil movement. The rest of the run is really only 2 levels and then a very short sprint to the final boss. But these 2 levels get to use the pencil so much. Alright, so we're going to be using it off this slope here to grab... Oh, wow, I landed on the platform. That's even better.
It's also a good level to draw attention to how freaking good the music in this game is. I always think of this track in particular. Ooh-wee-oo.
The ooh-wee-oos in this track are so good. Yeah,
That
specific
explains
to-
why someone said ooey ooh in chat. I was just like,
I know.
what are you doing? And it's like, it's the ooey ooh level. And I'm like,
It is the
does not
Uyu
compute.
level.
They don't know. They don't know. It's the Wii U level. Oh my. The
Yeah, so
rebound off the wall.
I
That's
messed
what
up.
we're talking about.
I was supposed to land on the spring, but I realized I had so much momentum that I decided to spend it on rebounding off the wall. I was going for the must include strat. Must include really wanted this to be a thing where you launch up this wall to land on that top platform. It is so stupidly hard, and it saves like, I don't know, maybe an eighth of a second compared to landing below it. But
How
it's
much does it
very
add to
cool.
your style meter?
So much. You had so many
much.
style points. But so now we're coming up on my favorite level in the entire game, which is Forgotten Island. Forgotten Island's very funny, as it's the only stage in the entire game that's broken into multiple acts, and the first act is entirely skippable by just returning to the home.
Whoops, forgot the level.
Okay, getting straight into Act 2 now. It's loading. There we go. We're going to use the pencil immediately off of this slope to bring us up here. Then we're going to carry that momentum over here to initiate a wall run so we can pencil here. The pencil being able to give you vertical momentum is something that is exclusive to the console versions of the game as well. That does not work like that in the mobile versions of the game. So a lot of tricks like that entire route, is mostly not possible in that way on mobile. Speaking of not possible on mobile, I'm going to be going for what I consider the hardest trick in the entire game, and also something that I found not that long ago. This is a route through this stage called Wither's Epic Temple, where we're going to jump here and jump off, conserving momentum to try to get into that small hole.
Oh.
If we can get into that small hole, we're going to skip a small auto-scroller. It's really, really sick, and it saves quite a bit of time. It makes this relatively uninteresting auto-scroller into one of the most technically demanding sections of the game. I think that's very sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now the thing is, I'm actually so fast that I can't stop. My momentum is so high on that platform, I have to fight it. And if you hit this at like a very specific speed value, you can actually skip this beard dye pickup. But I wasn't able to gain my footing in time, so I did have to sit through that cutscene. But either way, I'm very happy to have gotten wet today.
Today we have received wet. Congratulations.
Today we have all gotten wet. It's very rainy outside.
So for lore catch up, Rainbow Beard wants to be taken seriously and wants to lose the rainbow from the beard. Take this how you will.
I never thought about that.
We are getting beard dye for him, the beard dye of Norris, because you know when this game came out, you know what the joke is.
Yeah, this game came out in 2011, so we had to go get the epic beard dye of Chuck Norris. And that is going to make him feel like a manly man so he can take down this little girl.
There are so many people who in chat have recognized Fancy Pants Adventures and been like, yo, this is such a throwback. And I'm like, this completely went over my head. I didn't really play Flash games because I didn't have like computer access for a long time, and I didn't own a 360, so like this just kind of flew me by, and I feel like I've missed an era.
Pretty much, honestly. The Fancy Pants series was very, very big within the Flash circles, because it's just so unique. It looks so good, and by Flash game standards, it always played like pretty exceptionally. Like,
Which is a big asterisk by Flash game standards, but still.
It really is.
I mean, I still remember Ultimate Flash Sonic, but I digress. Like that did not handle as well as what I imagine this handles like.
Yeah, I don't think any game feels quite like the Fancy Pants series. I'm very glad that they continue to be made. So shoutouts to Brad Bourne himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Shoutouts to Loot Plays, DHA, and the general Fancy Pants Adventure speedrun community. That is time, by the way. I forgot to say that when that door closed. Yeah, shout outs to the Fancy Pants Adventure speedrunner community. It's a very large community. An achievement get, we have beaten the game.
Yeah.
And suddenly we have orange pants now.
Yeah, that's the canon color. Sorry. We took our pants off.
The fight
pants
was
off
so
to everybody.
good.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it a ton. And shout outs again to the Fancy Pants Adventure speedrunning community. Those who play World 1, World 2, World 3, Fancy Pants Console Mobile, Super Fancy Pants Adventures, World 4, the Classic Pack, the whole series, all of them. World 1 Remix, World 2 Remaster when that comes out. All the games. There's so many games. If you enjoy the Fancy Pants games at all, I highly suggest checking out Luke Plays DHA, Dillcat, and the other phenomenal runners who play these games. There are so many talented people who spend so much time. And I think that stuff like World 1 Remix has one of the most optimized speedruns I've ever seen in my life. It is an absolute treat to watch. This series is so cool. I'm glad that I could showcase it today, and thanks for having me. I don't have too much more else to share. Do you have anything else to say, Snapkid?
No, thank you for letting me commentate, even though I'm more of a casual watcher of the run. I have been watching you play it for a while. It's super cool. Same shout outs there. I'll shout out Billy Hatcher community and Sonic Adventure community.
Both of which are sick games and sick speed games, and you should check those out too.
Yes.
Absolutely. And yeah, of course, shout outs to my home, the Sonic Adventure speedrunning community. If you're into 2D Sonic or 3D Sonic, the middle ground is in 1998's release of Sonic Adventure. Our speedrun community is still relatively young, all things considered, only being around for the last four or 5 years. But it has grown and budded into something truly spectacular. Everyone that runs Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast is a fantastic person. I love everybody that plays them. I love everybody that plays Fancy Pants. Been an honor to be part of both communities so actively.
Yeah.
And thank you both for being here tonight and showing off this game and teaching me that I had an entire era of gaming that completely flew over my head.
Yeah. It hits you at some point, sadly. Sorry about that.
It's all
They're
good.
Short games. They're short games, though. It's never too late. It's never too late.
Exactly. It's a, hey, I should check this out, and then it won't be over my head anymore.
There you
And
go.
folks, we've been playing a lot of games tonight that have some very small or very new communities. And if you like Hotfix and you want to be part of that community, you can join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role to yourself, where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff and showrunners, and do more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for more information on that. And thank you all for being here tonight, and please look after yourselves and your loved ones. Drink some water, stretch your legs, eat a snack, take your medicine or vitamins if you need to, and remember that you are valid and deserve all the best. If you missed out on Going Places or Passion Project, stay tuned as we replay both of those shows after the break, and I will be back in about 2 weeks on, let me get this date right, August 9th, with some Bomb Rush Cyberpunk randomizer race with Helix as one of our runners, and celebrating Bomb Rush Cyberpunk's first anniversary. It's close enough. Good enough. It's close enough to the date. But we'll be back in about 2 weeks on August 9th, so stay tuned as we replay both this show and Going Places.